Good morning. I don't know if anybody is around today, but if you are, hello, welcome. Because I haven't seen anybody in the chat quite yet. This is Jay, and we're live at a very unusual time. Well, not that unusual because this is usually when we do faith-based journaling, but I figured it would just be fun to look at some Happy Mail and work on my craft roulette card because I am not around on Sunday. Somehow I wound up having like things to do Sundays. Hey Lori, welcome. How are you? Good morning. So I think that it will be fun to play around with some stuff. And it's once again raining in southern Wisconsin, so there's that as well. So the first thing is a ATC swap card from my friend Jana that took a month and a half to get from Alabama to Wisconsin somehow. And the really interesting thing, I won't show addresses, I guess, because I'll be good about that. But like the stamp was never canceled, so we may be able to just save it. And it has a cute gnome on the front. These appear to be stickers. They're like clear, transparent stickers. Oh, the cat's here too. I'm guessing these might be from the pet tape that Not Too Shabby has now, because I think what this is like a tape that's pre-cut and then you can use them. They're very nice. They are a little. Excuse me, sir. Sir. Well, that's a problem too, but we'll live with it. Oh well. Anyway, oh, and I think I figured out why my camera's been spazzing out every so often. I think it's overheating because I realized when I sleep my computer, it's not actually turning off all the USB stuff. So I'll have to figure that out later on. But anyway, shutting it down works too. And the cat's here. Pretty fitting. If you were watched the Craft Roulette group, we have the cat. He was modeling how to be a cat for Craft Roulette. Yep, Actually, this is completely off topic, but I got a brush that he actually doesn't hate, which is kind of cool. Because, like, generally, I don't know if his skin's like super sensitive or something, but he doesn't like brushes that like poke him. But this is like a silicone one, so he seems to not mind it. Anyway, let's look at our ATC that took a circuitous route to get here. Use our pokey tool for not what it was designed, but it's quite chunky. So, and it's looks like we have more gnomage. Did I miss anything on the inside? Nope. So here's our ATC. It's nicely wrapped in a little bag, which is always appreciated. I'm always bad about doing that because you never know if it's gonna get wet or whatnot. I'm guessing this is from, I don't know whose paper this is. I don't think it's one that I have. I'm guessing Not Too Shabby because these really look like Not Too Shabby gnomes. But we have a cool shaker with some little shakery bits on the inside. So we got these little. See what they are. I think they're pearls. I could be wrong. And then a whole bunch of other bits. Fun little ATC. But this is from Elizabeth Costa Rogers Swap. If you're interested in swapping, it's over on her Facebook group, which is usually linked down below. And then it has a matching card. This is a really nice design. I like this with the two rectangles. Lennox appears to like it as well. Good job, Jana. Lennox likes your card. And we have some extra gnomes. Hope you enjoyed the ATC. It was so much fun to make. And here's another gnome. But these are, I think this is, maybe I'm wrong because this doesn't look like tape. This looks more like, no, I could be right. So I think everything is cut. So these basically operate like a sticker. So if I were to peel the edge, it would work. And with these, sometimes you can just fold them to have them behave. But the other thing you can do is use tweezers. Here we go. This one's coming up a little bit. Okay, so see, it's similar stuff. Really nice. You can get a lot of like It almost is like a rub-on in the sense that you can get a lot of color, and you get these are really color saturated. Yeah, these are not too shabby because I remember these lemon guys because I was a fan, and this is cool. This actually says easy peasy. It's a little hard to see, like easy peasy lemon squeezy, but that's really nice that there are sediments on here too. I hadn't picked these up, but I think they're still available. You can get them in like a super bundle of like all the ones, or you can get them individually, I think. But I don't know. I've been trying hard not to buy Christmas stuff because I organized recently and realized I had like two-ish like iris containers full of Christmas stuff, and that doesn't even count some of the Christmas stuff that's like I haven't moved. I have some really cute reindeer stuff I would like to use. I kind of missed Christmas in July because I don't know. It was just like it's been weird. It's been hot here, so I've just been not in too much of a mood. So this is from a yearly Christmas in July D-stash swap. This is which my friend Alyssa has run for a couple years. It's always a good idea to. It's always nice to go through and kind of clean out your stuff, and or I tend to always try and put in either new or almost new product, but gently used product is always fine too because we're gonna mess up our stamps anyway. So we have a whole we have a packet, like a literal package, and a card. I see the gnomes are popular. So we will look at our card. I didn't put a card. Did I put a card in mine? I think I put a card in mine. My person had a what did she like? She liked anime things, so I regifted some Crafty Stamp Co. stamps I hadn't used. Oh, this is really cute. This is actually, it's funny. I was thinking for Craft Roulette, could I just repurpose this card, which I already made, that has sort of a Western farmy vibe, but it's not an easel, and I don't think I could easily turn it into one. So we'll have to do that. But same paper pad collection. I really like. You are purring very loudly. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's purring at maximum volume. I love these watercolor lemons, or not lemons, watermelons. They're really cool. And you enjoy making some amazing cards with your secret Santa. She's in a lot of groups, so in the Craft Roulette friends. So, and the way these have worked is you try and stick to $50 in product. Given the weight of this, it's probably more than $50 in product, but I don't know. I always try to stick to whatever the swap is because I don't know, I've had people feel bad when I've just gone through and done like I'm just gonna jam as much stuff in this envelope as I can. But we will see what we have. We have a lot. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of product. See if we can't get this out all in one. We may or may not be able to. Whoops. Oh well. Whoa! Things are falling. Treats. Oh, Pop Rocks. I don't think I've ever tried these. I remember them from the 80s, so that's very cool. Always nice when you put a snack in. I always, even though, I don't have a Sergio pattern paper, this I really like. What you can do with this wrapping paper is, so if you get like an acrylic goo, like Mod Podge, an acrylic gloss medium. I probably have some here. Here we go. I don't know what this is. This is gesso. That's not what I want. But and that is slow dry. I don't appear to have any at hand, which is weird. If that is Mod Podge, is this? Here we go. I have the big jug, but like this stuff you can use on top of it, and it will sort of unify the shininess of the wrapping paper. Oh, and we have, not from this pad, I found another Bitty Penny thing. But so here we go. We'll see what we have. Crafter Square, make some cool stuff. So you color my world. I like this. This is cute. One of the mini lawn fawns. Maybe I should do this on camera. And then you have your little face you can put on your crayon. I think that's really cute. And I think these are, no, these are all the same, but you color my world can have the exclamation point is separate. Really nice. That I like a lot. Lawn fawn is just cute. Have a cute little mouse saying thinking of you. This is with a really nice sort of banner going on here. That's pretty cute too. So this would be really nice. Both of these are really nice also as like an inside sentiment. As we think towards craft roulette, and oh, it's a Newton I don't have. I don't have this Newton. I have many Newtons. You probably heard this story, Lori, but Newton's Nook was at my in-person crop, and I bought way too many cute cats. But these are really cool. I have many Newtons, not this one. This is really cute. I think it's, so we have some friendship, we have some love. I think this is sort of a Valentine's Day one. They do these 2x3. I think these are 2x3 or 3x4, like small Newton sets as well. And then we have something. We have some more love, I think. Yeah, love ya. These are cute. These are almost like conversation hearts. And we have a bunch of, let me grab something white so you can see. We have a bunch of different, they're mostly birds, but we have a frog and some other things. That's pretty cool. And then we have a little, ooh, we have dies. We're fancy. Oh, we have some really neat applique things. So these have like little glue dots on the back, but then they're felt. So we have a swan and I think a couple other things. These are fun because I don't use them very much, so I don't have them. So we have a swan, we have a giraffe, and we have a bunny. Very cute. These would be really good for spring things. Actually, this one is kind of, this one is kind of a whenever thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I haven't used them as much as I thought I would, but I did buy a bunch, so you know. These are nice. I may have this. I think I have this die set, so but I like it. I'll have to see if I have something similar from scrapbook.com, but these are really cute. You get your shadow and then you get your letters essentially, and the letters are all on die plates, so you don't have to like figure them all out. And Newton's Nook does have dogs and other things. Oh, we have some fun space stuff. Oh, we have a cat planet. That is really cute. We have paper from the Paper Studio. Let's take a peek at that and see if it. The Paper Studios which is I think it's Joann's. Well, it was Joann's brand. Is it very similar to Michael's? Oh, some really nice. Ooh, some of these are really pretty. Some really nice pinks and some texture. I like that. That's a really nice. And these are all some are double-sided. Most are single-sided. And I actually bought a whole bunch of 6x6 paper holders because this happens and I wreck them, but it's really pretty. Just seeing if I can read. It says, I think it says Beach Day on here. There is very small text, but it is making my eyes go a little buggy. Oh, and then we have a whole bunch of stickers. So we have a cat planet. These are also configured like the felt things where there's like a foam dot on the back. So you can either use the foam dot or you can take it off and use these as more of a flat element. These cats in space are really cute. And these are Crafter Square. And then we have some more. I never look at. I should look at. These are really neat. They're like 3D ice cream puppuccino. A lot of these things are. These are. I never look at the stickers at Dollar Tree, but these are really neat in that they have. They're dual layer with the again the foam dot. So we have space things. We have food cats and dogs. We have space cats and dogs. And then other things. These are pretty cool. I'm a fan. And then more stickers. And I feel like stickers. Oh, these are googly eyes stickers. How fun are those? They're little woodland creatures. And then we have more. These are like glitter stickers. So I like stickers a lot. They're kind of underutilized in the card making world, unfortunately, but I think they do a great job at. They're a really good way to get into card making because you don't need to like buy 37 things. Oh, the cat drooled on here. We will see if we can move him. And then I had ideas for Craft Roulette. Mostly because Blossom said, whatever card you make, you should send it to me. Oops. Can we just... I know. Isn't it hard? Uah! There we go. He'll sit on my lap for about 4 seconds. There we go. Let's put our camera back. Whoop. Ow. He whacked me in the head with his tail. Oh, my. Kitties. Let me grab some paper. That's a little light. I'm going to grab a heavier weight paper since we're doing an easel, and I'd like it to, you can get up. Just some heavyweight Nina so we can get the base started. I like to do just sort of the standard easels. I guess I should let you know about the parameters for this week. So it's an easel card. It's rainbow colors, which is really wide open. And it is black and white image and Western as the element. Sorry, black and white image is the random and Western is the element. So basically, to make one of these, you start with I think I misscored this, so we may recut this as well. But you start with ideally the right size, 5.5. Let me just cut this to 5.5. There we go. Maybe this was just not cut at the factory quite right. Or I did something silly. Anyway, so this is a top folding A2. So just half a sheet of 8.5 by 11. And what I want to do is put an extra score line in here so that it folds up. So half of that is some measurement. Let me think about that. It's something in a quarter. It's 2 3/4, right? I think that's the measurement I want. We'll find out shortly. 2 3/4, yeah, that would be 5.5 total. And you can make these in different ways. So basically, when we're done, we're going to have a piece that mounts to the front here. Hey, Jim, how are you? Good morning. Whoops. Good morning. I hope you are well. So generally what I'm going to want to do is cut a panel to sort of sit on here. But I was thinking I think of farmy stuff as Western. And I had picked up these stickers that are chicken themed. So these are actually stickers. And this one's black and white, and I think this would look really cool. And we could use some of the rain. There's this rainbow chicken pattern, kind of a sort of rainbow. So I think that would look kind of cool. I definitely want to mat the sticker. And we'll see how the rest of the card comes together. I haven't quite figured out what I want to do for a stop yet. Wow, you can really hear the rain. But we could die cut something. I don't need normal. I guess I don't need a sentiment because these all have sentiments. We'll figure it out as we go, I guess. So what I really want is a panel here, basically. And we could go with almost any color because I'm going to use this black and white one. We could also do the I Was Crazy Before the Chickens and then use like a muted red, which I kind of like. These are all fairly muted colors. So if I could get a red that's like a close match to that, I'd be really happy. We can do like a red, black, and white. Because the etching here is still black and white, I think. Or it's close enough. Yes, cooler weather. It's kind of. Yeah, it was cooler here yesterday. It was beautiful yesterday. It was like 60 in the morning and it only got up to 70. It was really, really nice. I had a really nice, it was a lovely day. Let's see if I can find some red. This is. Oh, I think that's the color I want. Whoa. I think this is kind of a muted farmy red. Kind of like that. It's slightly more brown, I think, than this red. Well, it's less saturated. I think they're similar actual color. So let's cut a panel with that. But yeah, today it's going to be rainy in the morning, and then it's supposed to be nice in the afternoon. I'm supposed to do like 3 things outside tomorrow, so I'm really hoping it gets nice by then. Yeah, I think that looks kind of farmy to me. This is sort of flimsy. So we could use 2 of these to give it a little more. We could do a double layer to give it more oomph. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see how I feel. I would like to cut. I always like to put something over the back piece. What I'm thinking we could do is then we can inset some pattern paper. So let's look at that. And we could probably cut 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 for our focal piece while we're here. Maybe 3 1/8. I kind of like the idea of it having sort of a thinner border. Three and an eighth. I think this will look really nice with this one. This I was crazy before the chickens because I think the colors are going to match really well. So let's see if we can't get that on. And ooh, this is almost like a cardstock weight sticker, which is going to be pretty fantastic. Unless we measured. We might have mismeasured. I think we mismeasured this. Oops. I think we mismeasured this because this feels 3 1/8. This should be square, so I'm not sure why this is not. You can work with it, I guess. Let's give it just like a hairline border. Oh, that's probably correct. There we go. It's just sometimes I can't measure things. Okay. I do like how that looks. Border is a little wonky. I'm going to just trim a slight bit off that one side to sort of even it up a little bit. I don't want to trim much off, though. A fly's eyelash, if you will. There we go. That is a fly's eyelash. 3. There we are. I kind of like that better. Okay. Let's pick out more paper. See how big this piece is. Would this cover the back? Not quite. I might use the pattern paper for that anyway. And I still need to figure out how to stop. Hey, Pam, good morning. How are you? I was early because I wound up not being around Sunday night because there's a group outing to go see our local ultimate Frisbee team, which should be kind of fun. I saw them years ago, but haven't seen them recently. And if you're unfamiliar, it's basically soccer, but with a Frisbee. So let's see. Now, this is very rainbow. So that would definitely, I think we have rainbow chickens as well, but I do like the muted red against the rainbow. I think that's going to work really well. Let's see what our other options are. We have green, which would also work. That strikes me. I don't know that it strikes me as particularly Western as a pattern. The farmy thing. Ooh, that's pretty. What else do we have? We have a lot of farm things. These are kind of the wrong orientation, but they're almost a good orientation for the stop piece that I haven't figured out yet for the easel. This is really pretty. This isn't a bad option, actually. I guess we'd kind of lose the farm, but you could use like the Rolling Hills part of this. How would that look? That would look pretty nice with the red and the green together. Like, chopping a piece out of here, actually, I kind of like as an idea. That's a good option. We have some country fair, like recipe stuff. This would be in keeping with sort of our red. Although I kind of like this as a big page because like it all kind of goes together. The back side, we have more bits and pieces. Florals, which would be fine, and kind of match the rainbow. I guess the downside to using the grass is it's sort of isn't a rainbow color scheme anymore. Where not these guys, but something else in here I think has a rainbow on it. I think we have rainbow chickens. I'm just curious. Yeah, my camera's not that high after running, so I do think it's the fact that it never turned off. We have that. We have more. These work really nicely for this kind of card. Like if we hadn't had a black and white image already. We have some like little tea services. Very cute. We have some really nice typography paper. I think that would work well too. And then some stripes. I still think the original. Oh, and here's the chickens. I kind of like the first one. We look, well, I guess I'd say I also really, so I like this one and I like the first one we looked at. I think I like it. This one to me feels more rainbow-y, so I may go with this one. I kind of feel like it matches the theme. So I think we'll use that. I have stickers too, so we can stickerify things. So we already have one that's 4, so I want to go 3 3/4 on this, I think. Because I want to preserve some of the red, and I think this is going to work okay. Except it didn't. Let's try that again. This is, oh, because this didn't go down all the way. Oops. We will. Note to self, cut the branding strip off. We will just cut the piece we didn't cut, but don't do what I do. Don't do what I did. Just cut the branding strip off before you start cutting. And then you won't mess up your pretty paper. But this is pretty okay. And then whatever that other measurement I want is 5, I guess, because I'm already at 5 1/4. So 5 by 3 3/4. I think this will work out. I think I can cut a piece for the back as well. I think that 2 inches, I think, is the measurement I want, but we'll see. We can always cut it more if we don't like how it looks. Yeah, that'll mat out fine. We could also cut into another piece of red to do 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, or we could just leave it like that. I may just leave this. Or I might flip it and do the green side here. Whoa, that's some thunder. That is a lot of thunder all of a sudden. Oh well. Hopefully we won't lose internet connectivity. Although that doesn't usually happen. Let me just see. I'm curious. Well, we weren't supposed to get hit by like anything severe, which is why I'm curious about a lot of thunder all of a sudden. Yeah, it's weird. There's not really a storm cell. Oh well. There's a lot of severe weather like south in Illinois, but anyway. Let me put the back piece on so I don't forget about that. As I tend to. I'm going to put the green side up, I think, just to kind of. There we go. I just do that because if this thing's at an angle, you do see the back sometimes. Then this one's going to go on here like that. And then this will go on here. And then we will. Ooh, I like how that looks. That's going to be fun. And then once it's all glued together, it'll work like this. And we can probably find a sticker or something. We could actually cut out one of these rows of animals and use that as the stopper. Couldn't we? They're not exactly. The animals aren't exactly even, so that probably won't work. But we can look at our stickers and figure something out, I'm sure, as the actual stopper bit. But let's just get the rest of this together. Your booked weekends. Oh, let me catch up with you guys. Petals in Bloom. Morning, Gaz. Or not morning for you. Midday, I suppose, since it's 6 hours later there. Oh, it's happening on your booked weekends. Oh, where are you booked for, Jim? I'm curious. Are you doing more photography things? There we go. And you can, I put this fold in the middle, but you can actually move this around depending on how you'd like it to work. And then you can kind of figure out where you want your stopper to go based on how high you want this to be. You only really want glue on the bottom half, so I will do that. You can do this with dry adhesive too, but I tend to like glue for some of these more action-y cards. And I usually, with glue, you can also fold it up. So if you did wind up gluing your card together, it's still fixable. I do kind of like this in the middle. I like the rainbow against the black and white, though. That's kind of fun, even though it's technically sepia. But I think sepia would count as black and white. And I could slide this up if I wanted to put another sentiment here, but I think I'll just put. I am kind of thinking maybe I have a sticker type thing or something I can cut out. Yeah, we have some cute stuff on here. I think we can do something. I do like this eat well and feel good. Although I don't know if it will. Oh, that would just barely fit. That would work. Eat well and feel good. We could also do one of the little chickens. And then just sort of fussy cut it out. Because we want to give this some dimension. We could just use this little farm fresh. I think that would work. Then we could put it on our red and then cut it out a couple of times and do that a couple of times. You know, we can just sort of mat it a little bit. And then sort of keep our color scheme going. Technically, this is a black and white image as well. That was sort of, I think, where people managed to twist the parameters this week in a good way, is that like your sentiments are usually black and white, could be black and white images. There we go. These are my not great scissors, but so then what I would do is sort of figure out where I want this, and then I'm probably going to put a second layer behind this just so that it's a little bit more sturdy. So I'll just glue that down to more paper, and then we can repeat the process. I'll give that glue a moment to set. That's a little much. There we go. Any eggs? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I have eggs somewhat, like, not here, but I think I have the Simon Hurley chickens, and they have eggs. Well, that would be cute. So we could do sort of like some free range stamping of eggs on the inside. That's kind of a good idea. So the tricky thing about these is, like, we could do that and give some space to write, and then do some eggs around there. I think I have the Simon Hurley chickens. But basically, depending on how, I can move this to the side, how horizontal, that's the wrong word, how vertical you want your top to be, you know, you could put the stop way up here, or you can put it sort of in the middle. You can also put it more down here and then have sort of a hidden message spot if you want it to, not just, you know, if you'd rather have more space here. So you can sort of figure out where you want it. I mean, I think something like this will work pretty well. Yeah, I think about like there. Get that stuck down, and then we can see if we can't free range some eggs on there. This is probably a case where you want your glue to actually dry before you start messing with stuff. Although this PVA glue dries pretty fast, but we'll just let that chill, and let me see if I can't find my Simon Hurley chickens, because I'm pretty sure they're somewhere. These are cats. Well, they're not where I thought they were, but I will put some eggs in here later, assuming I can find them. It would be pretty cool, too, because you could do, like, rainbow eggs to bring more rainbow. But anyway, this is how I'm going to leave it for now. It will stay like that, which you can't see, and then the back looks kind of like that. So, and it's still an A2. And I'm still curious where all that thought, like, heard one really big thunderclap and then nothing. Really weird. I wonder if there's I'm I'm still curious if we have some sort of. We don't have any sort of watcher warning, which is interesting. But I think it's going to rain for the remainder of the morning. So, anyways, thanks for popping by. I won't be live on Sunday. I'll probably be live later on. There's a unboxing video coming probably this week, assuming stuff gets delivered on time. And I think that's pretty much it. So, thanks, Jim and Lori and Pam, for hanging out this morning. I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, and hopefully it's raining less this afternoon. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye bye.